Hey everyone, I'm Germs, and this is Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. I will be reviewing the new Kevin Smith movie starring Jason Mewes, Kevin Smith, and a lot of other people. If you have no idea who I'm talking about, who is this Jay and Silent Bob? I do not know this Jay and Silent Bob. Uh, yes, this is creations by Kevin Smith. They've appeared in all these movies here: Clerks, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Mallrats, all that stuff. In case you haven't seen any of these, I highly recommend most of them or all of them. I mean, I have them on DVD. But yes, this is their newest movie. This is the first time they're together in their own solo movie since the early 2000s. And yes, they're back and they're being rebooted. So they're going back to Hollywood to stop the new movie based on their characters of Blunt Man and Chronic from being made. So, and with that, hilarity ensues, and then you cue the music. So, did I like it? Did I hate it? I guess, spoiler alert, by my enthusiasm, I think I kind of liked it. But I'll let you know the good, bad, and the otherwise. The good. Jason Mewes. I gotta say, he has grown exponentially. Is that a word? In great doses as an actor, ever since the first Clerks movie and so on and so on. Yeah, like he's grown so much. Like he is definitely the star of this movie. Besides the fact that his name isn't the damn title, but yes, he is pretty much the star. Like he'll make you laugh. He might make you cry. He'll definitely make you feel something. Up here, or otherwise, you're a freak. And yeah, you'll definitely feel something for this silly old lug, who's selling weed and all that stuff. Yeah, so he definitely grows as much as as much as his character can in this movie. That's also thanks to Kevin Smith. He wrote, directed, and he also co-stars in this movie. He doesn't do much. Well, he does quite a bit because that's his name right there. His character's name anyway. So he does quite a bit, especially with like eyebrows and facial expressions. And I couldn't help but laugh, like just at the jokes, and then they cut to him, and then yeah, it's just his reactions to everything just make me smile, make me laugh. So kudos to Kevin on that. And some very witty lines, and of course all the crazy references, not only to his movies but to other movies and to many things that he loves and he pays tribute to and honor of, and everything that made him who he is today. Because the guy, he also had a heart attack a couple years ago, and this is kind of his dream project. So he really brings out his best in this one. There's a lot of heart, there's a lot of care to this one. So if you're a fan of any of these movies, like, you will be rewarded, which to that I say, do your homework before seeing the movie and you will be extra rewarded. So, because there's so many references. I had to rewatch Jay and Silent Bob afterwards to catch up on some of the references. There were like little things like, what is that person? Why is this? Huh? And then I saw, oh wow, that is a deep cut. That's a reference to this thing right here. So kudos to him on that. I'm in awe. It's like, that's something that's great, that it warrants multiple viewings. So kudos to him on that. Also, Harley Quinn Smith, who plays Millie in this movie, she tags along on their adventure to Hollywood, along with many other characters who I also enjoyed. But I'd say she's also a bright spot. Pet peeve of mine is, besides reboots and remakes and any of that kind of some nostalgia, I'm like, eh. But when actors or directors try to put their daughters in movies, or sons in movies, or family in movies, and it's like obvious, like, I'm Sofia Coppola. I'm like, I don't care. No, you're ruining The Godfather. Besides the movie already kind of ruining itself. But here, I think she does a great job. I only seen her in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I thought she did a pretty good job in that one, for what she does in the movie. And here, Like, yeah, some bits kind of annoy me, but I feel like that's part of her character. But then you warm up to her and to all of her antics and, you know, what happens in the ending. You're just like, oh, good job to her on that, and I wish her the best in whatever future roles she may get. So, yeah, in case you didn't get it already, again, there's plenty of references. This movie is actually funny. Like, I smiled, I laughed, and I cracked up a couple times. Especially in one part, I was the only person in the theater that got this reference. And I will just say, I don't even know how to reference it without spoiling anything, but Alec Baldwin. That's it. If you get what I mean just by saying Alec Baldwin, that's it. I feel like that's as close as I can get to saying anything without ruining anything. So I was just like, they're doing it. So, and with that too, the cameos in this movie, cameos galore. So don't watch the trailers if you don't want any of them spoiled, because I didn't, and I felt glad. I saw the trailer, like one of the Red Band trailers, and spoiled everything. And with the bad, I have to say, some of the direction in this movie is like kind of wishy-washy. There's a twist, or a couple of twists that happen that I'm kind of like, it was cute, but I guess some of the execution didn't really work out for me, and I feel like maybe they relied on some of the events or jokes. I felt like this was the equivalent of Back to the Future 2 in some bits, where they really rely. It's like, hey, remember part 1 where we're doing it again? See, you love that movie so much. Like, doesn't matter what we do. Like remember that? Huh? Remember that? Like, yes, I saw it. I own it. I get it. So maybe it's relying too much on the past, a little too much, just a little too much. But still, I did have a great time with this movie. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. If you're a fan of any of these, fan of Kevin Smith, you're like, hey, a little bit of crude humor, which my wife does not, and she enjoyed the movie, and I think she's only seen Clerks and Chasing Amy, and Dogma. And if you're a fan of any of that, then absolutely, you're willing to give this movie a try. And yeah, I got to see this with a crowd during its opening night, or preview night as they called it, October 15th. And I know there's a showing on the 17th, a double feature with Strikes Back. But by the time this comes out, I think that's already long gone. But I know they will be doing a road show for the rest of the year of 2019, and I think 2020 too. But wherever you can see it, however way you can see it, video on demand or what have you, go check this movie out. I highly recommend it. It's a fun movie, and you don't get a lot of those too often. I feel like everything is just so disappointing nowadays, in between trailers and everything else and expectations, and it's just a full-on bummer. But this movie, I had a great time with. So, not my movie of the year, but definitely 2 thumbs up from this guy. So, what did you think of Jay and Silent Bob Reboot? Did you see it yet? Do you want to see it? Do you have no anticipation of seeing it? What is your favorite Askew movie? Let me know down below. Please like, comment, subscribe. That'd be nice, please, please. And yeah, I am at Full of Germs on all the things. Let me know what you want me to talk about next, nerdy or otherwise, or nerdy. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Snoochie boochies.